back to my class, students. Let me introduce myself. I am Arunjunai Selvi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science from Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivagasi. In this class, we are going to discuss in detail about first in first out page replacement algorithm and optimal page replacement algorithm. So, introduction. We should know what is a page replacement algorithm first. So, page replacement is a process which happens during memory allocations. Whenever a page is needed to be loaded into the memory, the OS will make the decision which page to be allocated first and the next page, which page to be allocated next. So, this is done with the help of many algorithms. The most commonly used ones are first in first out and optimal page replacement algorithms. So, before getting into the topic, we should know some of the terms related to page replacement. The first one is the paging. Paging, it is a memory management technique that was used by operating system to optimize computer memory usage. So, the main objective of an operating system is to minimize the memory usage such that it reduces the waiting time and also it optimizes the system. The next one is the page fault. Page fault happens when a running program accesses a memory page that is mapped into the virtual address space but not loaded in physical memory. So, before learning about page fault, we should know what is a virtual memory. A virtual memory is a technique that creates an illusion of large block of contiguous memory for users. So, why do we need page replacement algorithm? Page replacement algorithm are techniques which are used by operating systems to manage memory efficiently when the virtual memory is full. So, this is done with the help of 4 different type of page replacement algorithms. They are first in first out, optimal page replacement, least recently used page replacement algorithm and then most recently used page replacement algorithm. We are going to discuss in detail about first 2 page replacement algorithms. First in first out. As the name implies, it is the most simplest page replacement algorithm. From the name itself we could find out it is very simple, which means whichever pages which comes first will be served first. This is a simple introduction. So, in this algorithm the OS will keep track of all the pages in a memory in a queue. The oldest page will be kept on the front of the queue. Whenever a page needs to be replaced, the page in the front of the queue is selected for removal and hence the swapping will happen. While considering the replacement algorithms, we need to discuss about 2 important points. They are page fault or miss and also page hit. So, in this example, look at this. So, below the diagram we have terms like miss and hit. Miss is also called as a page fault. Hit is also called as page hit. Miss occurs whenever a page comes into the memory. When a page is allotted a memory, it is called as a miss. When a page comes into the reference string, when it was already loaded into the memory, it is called as a hit. Okay. Consider the reference string 1303563 with 3 page frames. Look at the diagram. In this, the page 1 comes. So, the memory is free, the 1 is allotted, henceforth it is a page fault. The next 3 comes, the memory is free, 3 is allotted, page fault, otherwise miss. Next 0 comes, the memory is free, 0 is allotted, it is also called as a page fault. Next the page 3 comes. Here look at this, 3 is already in the memory, so no need for memory allocations, it is already there. So, we have to consider it as a page hit. Next 5 comes. So, there is no space in the memory and also the 5 needs to be allocated. So, how to allot the memory here is the first allotted page will be released. So, here 1 is allotted in the first time slot. So, 1 have to be replaced with 5. Now, 5 enters into the memory block. So, it is considered as a page fault or miss. The next is a 6. Now, we have to make the decision which page to be replaced. Look at the diagram, 3 have to be replaced with 6. Here henceforth similarly the 3 have to be replaced with 0. So, we have to calculate the number of total fault and number of total hit. So, here count the number of page faults, we have page fault 6 and page hit is 1. So, we have to calculate the hit ratio and the fault ratio. Hit ratio is nothing but the number of pages hit divided by number of reference string. So, in this example we have the reference string as 7. So, our page fault is 6. So, hit ratio equal to 6 by 7, fault ratio equal to hit ratio equal to 1 by 7, fault ratio equal to 6 by 7. So, this is the explanation of the previous example. So, totally there are 6 faults and 1 hit. So, these are the advantages and disadvantages of FIFO. So, advantages, it is very easy and easy to implement, and there is no need to worry about the page flow, otherwise page allocations, which means low overhead. So, there are few disadvantages. The first one is the poor performance. Why do we say it as a poor performance? Means when the number of pages increases, it is not possible for us to track the list of frames. So, it leads to poor performance. It does not consider the frequency of use of or the last used time, simply replaces the oldest page, which means it will not consider the upcoming frames. So, this is a disadvantage. The next is the important disadvantage is it suffers from Belladis anomaly. Belladis anomaly is when a number of page frame increases, number of page fault also increases. So, these are the things about FIFO. Next, we are moving on to the next page replacement algorithm, optimal page replacement algorithm. So, the disadvantage of FIFO replacement algorithm is replaced with the optimal page replacement algorithm. In this, the pages are replaced which would not be used for the longest duration of the time in the future. So, in this algorithm we have to focus on the upcoming frames. The OS will keep track of upcoming pages for reference. So, look at the example. Consider the page references. Here we have a large reference string 701 and so on with 4 page frames. So, count similarly. When a new frame enters, it will be new page enters, it will be considered as a page fault or miss. When a swapping is done, it is considered as a hit. Count the number of page fault here, there are 6 page faults. So, this is a detailed explanation of the optimal page replacement example. So, hit ratio is 8 by 14, page fault is 6 by 14. In this, what we have to consider is, first 7 comes, 7 the memory is free, 7 is allocated, 0 comes, the memory is free, 0 is allocated. Now 1 comes, the memory is also free, 1 is allocated, 2 comes, memory is free, 2 is allocated. For the first 4 string, it is not at all a problem. Now 0 comes, 0 is already in the memory, so it is counted as a hit. Now 3 comes, now we have to make decision which page to be replaced. For this we have to consider the upcoming frames. Upcoming frames means we have to count whether 7, 0, 1 or 2 which needs to be replaced. So, 2 comes after 3 frames, 1 comes, 1 does not come after this, 0 comes after the next frame. For the 6th frame 3 comes. So, we have to decide which frame to be replaced by considering the upcoming frames. By considering the upcoming frames, I am going to replace 7 with 3. So, next comes 0, 0 is already in the memory. So, I have to consider it as a page hit. Now comes the 4, I have to make decision by considering the upcoming frames, and I concluded 4 to be replaced with 1. And next comes the 2, 2 is already in the memory, it is counted as a hit. Next comes 3, 3 is also already in the hit, already in the list, that is considered as a hit. 0, so 0 is also in the list, so it is considered as a hit. 3 is also in the list, it is considered as a hit. 2 is also in the list, it is considered as a hit. 3 is also in the list, it is considered the hit. So, look at the example, we can find out many hit ratios here. So, we can increase the number of hit ratio with the help of optimal algorithms. This is henceforth it is called as a optimal algorithm. So, these are the advantages and disadvantages of optimal page replacement algorithm. The main disadvantage of using an optimal algorithm is predicting the future request is complicated for an operating system. Yes, it is very complicated to find out the upcoming frames. So, disadvantages are it is more efficient than FIFO and it does not suffer from Belladis anomaly. Another few disadvantages are it is complex to implement and it is expensive and it requires many hardware support. So, in this class we have discussed about FIFO and optimal page replacement algorithms, and what is a page hit and also what is a page fault. So, the page replacement is an important concept in operating systems. We should know about it in detail in upcoming classes. So, thank you for watching.